Okay, this lesson shows how to write your first smart contract using Remix IDE. First, we'll try to set up our Remix IDE. You can go to any browser and type http and remix.ethereum.org. Make sure it is not https. Right. Now let's try to prepare our Remix IDE. So you'll get IDE something like this, and this is the Remix IDE, and you'll get home. You can probably delete home, you don't need this anymore. And if you click, then you need to set up your Ethereum environment. You can go to this Ethereum symbol and you can set up the environment. JavaScript VM environment. At the moment we'll use this, and then that's all there. And let's go here and you can see the files. You can create test files and Solidity files because you write your smart contracts in Solidity. And if you go to the Solidity compiler, you can select any compiler version. So we did like the default one and the language, and you can either put auto compile or not. So I'll click auto compile. I can use any smart contract here, and then it will be compiled automatically because I'm putting auto compile here. And if I go here and you select the JavaScript VM environment, and here you can select the smart contract you develop and you can deploy it. Or let's see our smart contract. So I wrote a smart contract. It's my first smart contract. So if you want to start from the beginning, so we can go here and we can click here and you can write, okay, my first my first sol means Solidity, and click OK. Then you'll get a new screen, and there you can type your program. So here contract is my first. I have a number uint256 number, and I'm going to store this number and read this number. As simple as that. If you want to write records to a blockchain and read records from the blockchain, so it can be a single variable or can be a string or can be a set of variables, things like that. Okay, let's see how we can deploy this smart contract and run this smart contract using Remix IDE. So I'll go here and I can select my smart contract. At the moment I have only one smart contract, that is my first Solidity, and what I do is I will deploy this smart contract. When I click deploy, you can see something has happened here, that is the smart contract was deployed on the blockchain. And if I can go in here and see more details about deployment details, the status, transaction hash, contract address, that's the contract, the smart contract address, and from account, from my current account to account, the gas limit. So you will learn these things later. For each, when you deploy a smart contract on the blockchain, so there's a fee for that. And here, and now let's see how we can run this smart contract. So I can see the smart contract was deployed here. I click here and I can go right. Now the first step was I deployed the smart contract. The second step is I'm going to use the smart contract which is already deployed on the blockchain. So I wrote a small smart contracts to record data and read data. So let's say I need to store 32, and I'll click store. Okay, so I can see the transaction has happened here, and I can see the transaction details, the transaction hash from account to account, the transaction cost, etc. If now I have another method written on this Solidity to retrieve data. So if I can retrieve, yeah, I can see 32. I can retrieve that, and there again you can see another call. See, call. So retrieve call, and I can see transaction details. Okay, now let's talk a little bit more about the smart contract. So it is starting with the reserved contract, and you can write functions to write data and read data. So here to store data, you can pass a set of parameters, same like Java or other languages. You specify the type and the variable name, and you specify it as public. It can be publicly accessed. And similarly here, retrieve function or returns, it's a type public. Unlike Java, the scope is defined after the function name and the parameter list, and this returns a uint of view. You can learn more about Solidity syntax, then you will understand what is view. That's to view records from the blockchain. And I hope this is helpful. This is your first experience with the very first smart contract. You can write more smart contracts. You can probably change this to a string, write string, and probably you can write a record, your name and some basic details to the blockchain and read them from the blockchain. Thank you.